Hello and welcome. My name is Dwayne Johnson. I'm an executive with our company 5 Links Enterprises. I'm going to take you through a short but detailed overview of our company and its compensation plan. And by the end of my explanation, you should be in a position to make an educated business decision whether 5 Links is a financial vehicle for you or not. So please just sit back, relax, take some notes, and be sure to write down all your questions. Also, make it a point to get all those questions answered before leaving. I'm going to utilize this highlighting tool to navigate you through the presentation, which is going to make it a little easier for you to follow along. So let's get started. More and more people today are driven to look for additional sources of income due to the financial climate of the economy. But there's numerous reasons why people look for different sources of income. Things like spending more time with family, diversifying your income, paying off debt, children's college fund, give more time to charity, or simply just create financial freedom. A little bit about the company. The 5 Links principles: vision, integrity, opportunity, freedom, and success. 5 Links was founded in 2001. The co-founders have over 60+ years experience in telecommunications as well as direct sales combined. We've experienced over a 4-year growth of over 800%. We broke ground and moved into a 50,000 square foot world headquarters that's located up here in Rochester, New York. And the company's motto has always been representatives comes first. Meet the 5 Links co-founders, President and CEO Craig Jerabek, Executive Vice President of Marketing Jeb Tyler, and Jason Guck, Executive Vice President of Sales. Just so that you know, 5 Links is not a fly-by-night company. Let's talk about some third-party credibility. 5 Links has been featured in the Inc. 500 and the Inc. 5000, which ranks the fastest-growing private companies in the entire nation from 2006 to 2011. The Success from Home magazine, the Your Business at Home magazine, as well as the Rochester Top 100 companies have recognized us as one of the fastest-growing companies in Rochester from 2006 all the way through 2011. Box number 1, let's talk about the opportunity. Timing and positioning are the keys to success. I personally grew up thinking that in order to become successful, you needed to have multiple degrees, know people in high places, or have a lot of work and or job experience. Well, I'm here to tell you that that truly has nothing to do with you becoming successful. Robert Kiyosaki said it best in his bestseller, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. He stated that the A students typically end up working for the C students. And becoming rich and wealthy has nothing to do with how smart you are, but everything to do with timing and positioning. If you can predict what consumers are going to be buying 3 to 5 years before they start buying and you get in position first, you can't miss success. I'll give you guys an example here on a timeline in the communications industry. In the 1980s, it was the PC industry, PC being short for personal computer. Now, before this industry began to evolve, what did most people use to type up documents before the personal computer? The typewriter. Well, while everybody was focused on utilizing the typewriter, the companies that got in position because they predicted the next major trend was personal computers were companies like Gateway, IBM, Dell, Hewlett-Packard, Apple. These companies are now the billion-dollar players in this arena because they saw the opportunity before the masses did. They got in position and they cashed in. In the mid-1980s, it was the deregulation of long distance. For the people old enough watching this presentation, back in the day, you can remember that we never had a choice on our long distance provider. It was only AT&T. AT&T started to overcharge consumers. The government stepped in, signed a bill, and broke them up, or the correct term, they deregulated AT&T. And the first two in the door to compete was MCI and Sprint, which went on to become billion-dollar companies. In the 1990s, it was cellular as well as internet. I'll explain the cellular first. Some of you guys are laughing at this brick phone. Back in the day when cellular was first introduced to the marketplace, this was it. But most people couldn't afford this brick phone because these went for $1,000, $2,000, in some cases $3,000. So what did the masses use to stay in touch with friends and family members to communicate? It's the pager. Well, it's so funny that if somebody had paged you because you couldn't afford a cell phone, you would stop on the side of the street and call them back from a payphone. Well, ask yourself this question. When's the last time you used a pager or a payphone? But see, the companies that realized that a trend was emerging are the billion-dollar players today. These are companies like Verizon Wireless, T-Mobile, Sprint PCS, AT&T Wireless. These guys cashed in and are now billion-dollar players. The internet. 20 years ago, how many people were on the internet? And if you were, it was probably dial-up internet. But guys like Bill Gates predicted the trend. He got in position, and today Bill Gates makes $583 every second of every day. He cashed in, and money is no longer an issue for himself. Well, here we are again at the doorstep of opportunity. These next three trends that I'm going to explain to you represents well over $1 trillion worth of opportunity and makes these past trends look like a wading pool. In the 2000s, VoIP and video applications has proven its dominance and will continue to dominate over the years to come. Text marketing is definitely an emerging trend, really gaining traction over 2011, with consumers sending more than 1.5 trillion text messages last year. And the energy market alone represents $500 billion worth of opportunity as the final monopolies begin to fall. And I'll explain all three emerging trends in detail in the up-and-coming slides. Let's move on. Box number one continued with the opportunity. VoIP, or Voice over Internet Protocol, that I alluded to in the previous slide, this is just a fancy word for digital phone service. 5 Links as a company recognized this emerging trend and got us in position by creating our own VoIP company called Global Links. I'm going to give you guys an example of traditional phone service versus digital phone service. Back in the day, phone service used to come to your house from the phone poles outside. They would run a line under the ground to a side of a little box inside your house called a DMARC box. That's how most people got phone service. It was high in price, and there was a lot of taxes and fees involved because of all the wiring and infrastructure. Well, today we've simplified the process by utilizing this terminal adapter box, and all this simply is this box converts the internet signal into a dial tone, and it cuts the cost of phone service by 50% or more. Over 44 million U.S. households will make the switch from traditional phone service over to digital phone service by 2013, and we offer this to residential as well as commercial consumers. Global Links offers a buffet table of products and services that we utilize over our VoIP platform. For example, our GSP10 product simply allows for you to make unlimited calls to 75 different countries, as well as high-definition 4-way video conference calls right from the comfort of your computer. We also offer mobile calling applications that's currently available for the Android as well as the Apple family. We also have a multi-million-dollar state-of-the-art network up here at our corporate office in Rochester, New York. Our job in the field is to sign the customers up, and their job is to make sure that the customers are taken care of. Last but certainly not least, we cannot overlook the global phenomenon that's taking place with tablets. Last year alone, nearly 100 million tablets were sold, with 50% of the market share going to Apple and the iPad, as well as the Amazon Kindle is gaining a lot of traction. But wouldn't it be nice for you to get a chance to market a tablet yourself in an industry that's ever growing, and it's a global phenomenon? I'm going to run a short clip just to give you guys some specs and some details on our 5 Links Velocity tablet.
Welcome to the next evolution of 5 Links products, the 5 Links Velocity. Take your business further, faster. Light and agile, the 5 Links Velocity tablet boasts front and rear-facing cameras, an 8-inch True HD screen, and the newest Android operating system. Connecting is easy too with HDMI out, USB, and flash memory. The 5 Links Velocity comes preloaded with multiple 5 Links necessities, including the Global Links mobile video app. Communicating with your friends, family, and business partners has never been easier. Take your business further, faster. The 5 Links Velocity tablet. Order today.
Now that you guys had a chance to learn a little bit more about our VoIP presence through our company Global Links and all the products and services that we get a chance to market over our VoIP platform, and you also had a sneak peek at our Velocity tablet, let's move on to discuss the 5 Links Energy Program. This deregulation of utilities is truly the largest shift of wealth in the history of business, and all it simply means is more choices for consumers. It's 10 times the size of telecom. The energy monopolies are being broken up, and it allows us to market to residential as well as commercial consumers, offering natural gas and electricity. Energy industry is a $500 billion industry, which is the last monopoly to fall. Don't take my word for it. Listen to the buzz that's going on across the entire nation, and listen to what Bill Gates had to say on this tremendous opportunity that's now available.
Just like shopping for a new car, Pennsylvania residents can now shop for the best prices on electricity. It's part of the state's move to deregulate the utility next month.
Of course, the switch means new electric companies are now scrambling to get your business. Fox 29's Chris O'Connell explains what it really means for you.
Many customers don't know this yet, but come January 1st, you will have a choice over your electric company. These new companies popping up are vying for your business, and it could save you money. It's all about deregulation. Price caps are going away, and competition is heating up.
Joe, explain this deregulation to us. We don't have to stay with PECO if we don't want to?
That would be correct. The deregulation has been coming along and building for over a period of 5 years. Now it's official. It has to happen. So what's happening now is that you have a variety of alternative providers coming to the marketplace, bringing energy costs to the table at less than what PECO has been historically charging.
It is, and what it basically means is on January 1, if you're a PECO customer and you do not pick an alternative generation supplier, the default generation rate will be 9.92 cents. I'm here this evening to tell customers, get on the PA Power Switch website and pick an alternative generation supplier and save some money, some real money, on your monthly electric bills.
What industry do you think is going to produce the next Bill Gates? Because that's the industry I want to get a job in.
That's incredible. I'd say there are a few other industries that will compete for being exciting in the decades ahead. The energy business, some approach will provide cheaper energy that's environmentally friendly. And there's a lot of science, a lot of business. That's a global thing. There'll be some great careers there.
Conclusion of box number 1, the opportunity. 5 Links allows for us to offer additional products and services by acting as an agent and partnering up with Fortune 100 and 500 companies. We've partnered up with almost every major cell phone provider: 5 Links Home Security, high-speed internet, merchant processing, satellite TV, ID Guard, business elite services for professionals, as well as platinum services and text alerts. Text alerts, which is also a part of the business elite services suite package. What's exciting about this is I'm pretty sure that as you watch more and more TV today, you know, from the Super Bowl to the NBA All-Star Game to, it could be local restaurants, you're starting to see more and more of signs that says text a certain keyword to a specific number. That's text alerts. Well, guess what? We get a chance to market this growing phenomenon in the telecommunications industry. Trust me when I tell you this, every business in your local area will eventually get on this service, just like the .com industry grew. And this service is going to assist a lot of small business owners, even large business owners, to stay in business because it gives them total control of their customer base. Even beyond that, text alerts can be used for so many different facets of business. For example, today they're also looking at text alerts as a virtual business card. I am finding myself using less and less of my traditional business cards, and when somebody asks me for my business card, I just simply tell them to text my name to our short code, and instantly they would get all of my information, but in a virtual form. So now that you have a better understanding of 5 Links products and services, we can now move on to the compensation part of the presentation in box number 2. Box number 2, the compensation. 5 Links pays a monthly residual income. Before I get into explaining what you see on the screen, just give me about a minute or two to give you the difference in how people earn income, because this was truly the difference maker for me and my learning curve of just understanding exactly how money is generated and how people earn pay. There's two different sources of income. You have linear income and residual income. I'll explain the difference. More than 90% of people around the world are accustomed to the source of income that's known as linear income. This is where you exchange hours for dollars and time for money. And for that reason alone, this is the reason why 97% of the American population is not financially independent. Linear income, also known as work income, means that you receive a paycheck based on how much time you work. You need to put in a certain number of hours every week and you would get the equivalent pay. When you stop working, your income stops. Linear income requires continuous work. This is the reason why, on average, individuals that retire from a 20, 30, 40-year career, they sit in retirement for 13 to about 15 months and then have to find themselves going back out to produce more income simply because either their Social Security or their 401k, it can't keep up with inflation. On the other hand, you have residual income. Residual income is different. It is the most powerful and profitable source of income. Residual income is the income of the rich. It is a source that keeps coming in on a regular basis from only doing the work one time. Residual income is not about get rich quick, but rather doing a good job on the front end and being paid over and over and over again from the work you did once. It requires effort, determination, personal growth, and consistency. For example, songwriters, book writers, entertainers, and the list goes on and on. I'd love for you guys to get a chance to see a quote from Robert Kiyosaki in another one of his bestsellers called The Business of the 21st Century. And this was a quote taken from page 37. Today, network marketing, which provides a residual income, is recognized by many experts and accomplished business people as one of the fastest growing business models in the world. Now, before I get into this presentation explaining how 5 Links pays, let me end by saying this. There's nothing wrong with having a linear income. Linear income can provide the foundation to make ends meet while you create a fortune in direct sales and network marketing. I never encourage somebody to quit their full-time job to pursue a network marketing career. You still work your job full-time, and we'll show you how to work our business part-time around your full-time schedule so it doesn't take away from any of your financial obligations and or your full-time responsibilities with providing for your family. So now that that's out the way, let's now get into the understanding of how 5 Links would pay you on a residual basis. 5 Links pays a CV on all customers. CV is short for commission value. Each service carries its own commission value. How much you receive is based on your earned position, and I'll get into that in the next slide. This is you. Your first source of acquiring customers would be yourself. For so long now, you've always been on the accounts payable side when it comes to paying your bills. Well, 5 Links puts you in the driver's seat and gets you on the accounts receivable side. So we're going to show you how to convert your services over. So from this point moving forward, every time you pay your cell phone bill or your home phone bill or whatever bill that you pay out, you're now going to get a small percentage back in the form of a check. So that's your first source of income. The second source is then going out and showing friends and family members how they can also save some money utilizing your services. The third source of income is now building a team of individuals that's now going to go out and do the exact same thing. It creates duplication. It's the same concept as franchising. Robert Kiyosaki again said it best. He said that rich and wealthy people go out and build networks and systems while everybody else simply goes out looking for work. So let's say that you introduce this concept to 3 others. Those 3 people, keep in mind the first source of their residual income is going to be themselves. So they convert their own services over and then they approach friends and family members and associates. The same thing here. Those 3 want to do what you did, find 3 turns into 9. 9 go out, convert their own services over, and then sign up a few friends, family members, and associates. It duplicates down 7 generations, 6,561 people going out doing the exact same thing. This now starts to create a significant income for you and your family. Why don't we create a theoretical example to show you the earning potential? This is you. We're going to assist you in building your network like I made mention. But now let's say that your organization grew to 20 team members. We're going to teach all 20 members how to go out and sign up 20 billing customers, starting with themselves, then some friends, family members, and associates. Now, this is a total of 400 customers that you're now being paid on, and let's just use the commission value of 50 cents. That's $200 a month in residual income for you and your family. Let's start to play with the numbers just a little bit. Let's add a 0 at the end of this equation, which makes it 200 team members going out doing the same thing, getting 20 customers, commission value is 50 cents. Now that's $2,000 a month in residual income for you and your family. See, here's the difference here. We're no longer talking about linear pay to where you have to put the time in to make this every month. No, the work was already done, and as people pay their bills, the $2,000 a month keeps coming in. This would be your residual check, and the true question is, how much do you want to earn? Because we're not talking about a linear case scenario any longer. With residual income, you write your own paycheck, and the sky is the limit because you have unlimited income earning potential. Part 2, continued the compensation. 5links gives us an additional revenue stream called weekly leadership bonuses. Once you get started in the business, as I alluded to on the previous slide, we're going to help you to build your network and build your team. Once you start to progress through the pay plan, your first step up is executive trainer, then on to executive director, national director, senior vice president, and then eventually platinum senior vice president. Well, as your network grows and develops, 5links is going to pay you starting at $25 per qualified business partner, and we call them IMRs, independent marketing representatives, all the way up to $175. So let's look at the national directors. Let's use this example. ND stands for national director. This is just a bonus example. Let's do it based on 50 qualified IMRs to join his or her organization. The estimated CAB of $105 times the 50, that's $5,250. Estimated revenue pool of $1,000. The ND open line bonus is $2,500 for a total of $8,250 that this national director would earn in a 30-day period. And keep in mind, this has nothing to do with the residual example I gave you before. Let's use another example of senior vice presidents. On the high end, $170 per person. Low end, $30 per person. So let's do it based on 100 qualified IMRs. Average estimated CAB of $90, so that's $9,000. Estimated revenue pool is $500. SVP open line bonus is $10,000. That's a total of $19,500 at the SVP position. Part number 2, the compensation continues. Senior Vice President position also comes with some benefits. 5,000 stock options. The company also allows you to go to BMWUSA.com, customize the BMW the way that you want it, and the company picks up to an $800 a month BMW car note. They get you a Global Links bonus every single month based on the amount of Global Links customers signed up in your organization. They also gives you an annual all expense paid vacation for 2, as well as give you a monthly expense account. Now on to Platinum Senior Vice President and its benefits. 5links simply allows for you to go to BentleyMotors.com, customize the Bentley the way that you want it, and they pick up a $4,000 a month Bentley car note. They also allow for you to get access to the Platinum Pool, which this year my colleagues and I split the pool up, which was over $1 million in the pool, and we get access to that every single year. The company gets you an additional 5,000 stock options. For the men, you get a diamond-studded ring with 5links and diamonds on the front. And for the women, same thing, but it's a pendant. Box number 3, wrapping up the presentation, business ownership. Choose a starting position. There's 2 starting positions, customer representative and independent marketing representative. Both positions allow for you to market the products and the services, the personal websites, future services, as well as energy and select markets. The major difference in both positions is, I need you to listen to me clear, at the customer representative level, you do not make overrides on the organization built. So if you sponsored me and I built a team of 20,000, you make no money on the 20,000. So it's a limited income. You only make money based on the customers that you personally sign up, and you don't get the leverage effect. For the IMR position, if you build it, you make overrides on every single thing that you build, as well as we have customer acquisition bonuses that I showed you the example, open line bonuses, as well as quick start bonuses to generate 3 times your initial investment within your first 30 days in the business. The game plan here is going to be to quick start your business. Here's our goal, to earn you $750 in a quick start bonus within your first 30 days in the business. There's 3 simple steps to getting this done. Step number 1, 20 customer points. We're going to focus on you. You choose a customer package. Once you choose a customer package and start to convert your own services over, once that's done, we simply approach friends, family members, and associates until we get your 20 customer points done. For doing this, 5 Links pays you $500 for completing step 1. Step 2, we find you 2 business partners and we show them how to go out and acquire 4 personal customers themselves. And for doing this, 5 Links pays you another $250. And once it's all done in your first 30 days, you qualify to earn $750 and become profitable in your 5 Links business. Wrapping up box number 3 in business ownership, training and support is very important. We offer online training as well as offline training and support. 5 Links University, which is online, personal website, business reporting, local, regional, and international training events. One thing you'll never find yourself complaining about is the lack of training. At this point in the presentation, we typically have 3 types of people, so I just want for you to choose your interest level. Person number 1, you're not interested. This is not your cup of tea. I want to thank you for at least listening in, getting a little bit more information on the 5 Links opportunity, but if this is not for you, at least respect the person that thought enough about you to get you on this website and try one or more of their services and or refer them to somebody that 5 Links can be a perfect fit for. If you're person number 2 and you're interested, you just kind of have some questions, definitely get back with the person who invited you out and be sure to get all your questions answered before trying to ask somebody about 5 Links that's really not qualified to answer any questions, because that's the number 1 reason why most people don't succeed in life is they take the advice from the wrong people. If you're trying to get rich, it does not make sense to get financial advice from somebody that is not in the position that you desire to be in. And last but certainly not least, number 3, you're just like myself. I was so excited. My knees were shaking, heart was racing, and palms were sweaty because I was just sick and tired of being sick and tired, and I needed change in my life, and change needed to come like yesterday. If that's you, get started. Fill out an IMR application. You could do it online and get started immediately, or you can fill out a paper application which can also be faxed in. But whatever you do, just understand this. Every human being lives by one of 2 pains. It's the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. Discipline weighs ounces and regret weighs tons. Keep in mind that a job was never designed to get you wealthy. I see a lot of people make some of the biggest mistakes of their life by thinking that a job really needs them. Well, I have news for you. A job will hang on to you and use you for as long as they can use you and get as much youth and hard work out of you until they can find somebody to replace you for half the cost. And to add insult to injury, I've seen in over 100 cases for them to have you train the person that's going to take your position. So don't end up another statistic. I want to thank you again for listening in to this short overview. Hopefully this information made sense to you and I'll get a chance to see you at our next up and coming event.